Okay, I'm Scott Video Educast, and I'd like to review for you some rules of exponents. First of all, let's look at problem number 4. If you remember, in this problem, we're going to use the rule power exponent raised to a power. If we look here, we have BC cubed raised to the fourth power. Everything inside that parenthesis is going to be raised to the fourth power. And what do we do to the exponents when it's raised to a power? That's right, we multiply them. I'm going to abbreviate multiply. And we're doing the same thing here with the second one. We are multiplying this one. So when we multiply, we're going to multiply the first one. That means this would be b to the fourth power, because there's a 1 there by the b. It's just understood to be there. And c to the 12th power. And this is a multiplication problem here. It's a dot there, so we'll put a dot here. We're going to multiply it times the next terms. And we notice it's a power to a power. So we're going to have b to the 6th, c to the 3rd. So you know that's understood to be a 1 by the c. So now we have back to a different rule. This is just multiplication rule. Whenever you multiply numbers or variables and they have different exponents but the same base, we always add our exponents. So let's go ahead and write the b in our answer. So it's b to the 10th power, c to the 15th power. As we see, we added the exponents there. Okay, that clear? Now let's look at number 5. Number 5 is just simply multiplying these two terms here. So we're going to multiply our numbers. There's nothing raised to a power. There's not anything outside the parentheses. So let's just simply multiply negative 2 times 4. You get a negative 8. And we're going to multiply our exponents. X times x to the 5th. Remember, when you multiply the exponents, same basis, you add them. So this will be x to the 6th. And y, we're going to add our exponents because we're multiplying. Squared. And z, is there anything to multiply by z? No. But we can't just throw it away. We're just going to write z. Okay, a z looks like the square there, but that's a 2 and that's a z. So let me just change that up a little bit to make it a little clear. Okay, this is your z. Let's make it like that. Okay, so that bothers me there. Let me change that. So this is the z. Okay, so now let's look at number 7. If you notice here, it's an addition and subtraction. Remember, you cannot add unless it is a common. In other words, they have to be like terms. So, are there any like terms included in this expression? Yes, it is. We have a negative 3x cubed and a negative 4x cubed. Can we add them? Yes, we can. That makes it a negative 7 x to the 3rd power. Okay, and then what do we have here? And it's going to be plus 5x squared. That's our answer. We cannot combine those. Tell me, why can we not combine that? Simply because they are not like terms. I'm going to change my writing utensils and maybe I can make it a little clearer here. We're looking at number 8 here. Are these two like terms? This is addition. Yes, they are. So we can simply add and we have 10xy squared. Do we add the exponents for the x or the y? No, because this is an addition problem. You would only do it if it was a multiplication problem. And last but not least, let's go through number 9 before I end this session. Number 9 here, we have multiplication problem here. We multiply the numbers and add the exponents. That means this is 12a cubed, because you added the exponents. And is anything to add with b? No. 12a cubed b plus, there's nothing power to the power, so we're just going to add this together, plus a square b times, let me go back, I can put this together. So let me erase this and get my eraser. So since this is a multiplication, why don't we go ahead and multiply it? Okay, we'll go ahead and multiply it since we see this is a multiplication problem. So we're going to go plus. So we have to multiply these two. So 3, there's not a number there, so that's understood to be 1. So that'll be just 3 times 1 is 3. And then you have the a's and the exponents, remember. That'll be a to the third and just carry the b. There's nothing to add to it. Now, do you have two expressions with like terms? Yes. You have 12a cubed b and 3a cubed b. So we can put that together in our answer to make it 15a cubed b. Okay, I'd like to thank you for watching. Hope you understand. Thanks again.